Hey everybody, welcome back to another Jackson Jet Setting cruise ship tour. Today we are on board the Carnival Valor, which is sailing out of New Orleans on shorter 4 and 5 night itineraries to the Yucatan. My cruise is a 4-night cruise over to Cozumel, Mexico. We're going to give you a full tour of this vessel starting on the very top deck. So this is deck 14, the Sky Deck. So most of this deck is going to be dedicated to sunbathing. Part of it is open to everyone, and then the back half is going to be for the Serenity section, which is adults only, 21 and up. Serenity stretches across 2 different decks. I really like these areas on Carnival ships. Just a nice little area for adults to unwind. They have the nice cushions out on the deck chairs there, so this is where I would hang out if I was trying to get some sun. They do have some private hot tubs as well. So this is pretty far forward on the Carnival Valor, and then as we descend down the stairs, you'll see that there's a whole nother area of the Serenity area that adults can enjoy, and that's where the bar is as well, so you can grab drinks, not have to leave the area, which is really great. What I kind of find funny though is the adults only area is surrounding the inside portion of deck 12, which is going to be Camp Ocean that we'll show you in a second, which is obviously dedicated towards the children. Now this section of the Serenity area doesn't stretch all the way across the deck. The kids actually get a little outdoor area of their own. So you'll see a little dead end here as we cross the corner. Now we'll flip to the other side of those gates on the other side of the deck and continue our tour. So the inside portion there is Camp Ocean that we'll show you in just a sec. So this deck is split in 2. If you look back towards the famous whale tail over there, right beneath that is going to be the mini golf course on board. So the mini golf course is completely free to use. It's got a Mayan theme. This is similar to other Carnival ships that I've been on. Little 9-hole course, but a lot of fun for the family to have a little friendly competition while on their Carnival vacation. Now they do frequent competitions here during your cruise as well that are on the daily schedule, so you can come up and compete against your fellow passengers as well. A lot of fun here. So back over to the inside part of the deck is going to be Camp Ocean, as I mentioned. Split into 3 different age groups. You got sharks, stingrays, and penguins. So this was visited during the open house. You can see the little penguin section over here. They have little fish lamps on the ceiling, which I thought were really cute. Cool little theme here, a little dated, but seems plenty fun for the kids. Lots of room. This being a slightly smaller ship by modern standards, I feel like there's probably enough room for most of the kids on board, though the holiday sailings I'm sure it gets quite busy. Quick preview of the pool deck there as we descend down to deck 11. This is the part of these design of ships that's a little confusing because it's kind of a gentle slope between decks on some kind of large steps here, but we're going to go inside, check out deck 11. That's where you're going to find the ship's spa and fitness center. So the spa on board is pretty cool because you can use the steam rooms in either of the locker rooms, men or women, completely free on board. And then you got to walk through those to get to the fitness center. I did a little tour on embarkation day. That's usually how I shoot these. So that's why you see some folks here introducing themselves. Different treatment rooms with a lot of ocean views, which is really great. It's not something that every ship has. That I've seen across the different brands, but I love the steam room with a nice little view of the ocean there and the sauna as well. So really a lot of fun, lots of different treatments here. And then of course you have the gym, which I thought was very spacious for a ship of this size, and it's great to have those views out the front of the ship for your little jog. Heading aft is more of the sports area that's below that mini golf area that you see right below the whale tail there. So you have a little sports court, and then you have a jogging track. So it's not the full deck like many larger ships have now, but it is a dedicated area that maybe you're not going to have the pool deck in your way, so you're trying to get a jog in during the morning or the afternoons. Shuffleboard fans can be pretty excited because this is where the shuffleboard is on board. Kind of hidden back here in the back, and lots of open space, which you don't really see a ton of on board the modern ships because they've just maximized every square inch to make more money. So these older ships are kind of nice because it's just a nice, peaceful area here in the back of the ship. Now we're going to head to Deck 10, which is the Panorama Deck. Deck 10 is mostly outdoors. The front of the ship actually has cabins, and then it encircles the pool deck. So this is another sunbathing area. And on the inside, towards the aft part of this deck, you're going to have a buffet area, upper level where the barbecue is, and then Scarlet's, which is the ship's extra charge steakhouse. So we'll show you all of that here as we make our tour around the outside of Deck 11, the Panorama Deck. We've reached the Prometheus aft pool. And one cool thing here is that the retractable roof does in fact function. I came back later in the cruise and it was closed in the evening just to provide a little bit more warmth for swimmers. That's really cool. Really pretty looking pool, 2 hot tubs right there, and a few dining options that surround the pool. We'll check that out when we make our way down to Deck 9. Just wanted to show you that from the view, aerial view there. It does exist. See, there's 2 main pools here on the Carnival Valor. So here on the starboard side of Deck 11, the Panorama Deck is going to be the smoking section. So if you want to avoid smoke, I would avoid this area. It was pretty busy on my cruise, so that can get kind of annoying for people that are trying to avoid the smoke. So just beware that this is one area to avoid on the Carnival Valor. Quick little view of the whale tail before we check out what the sports court looks like on board. One interesting thing I saw was that the sports court's actually split into 2. You have volleyball and then you have basketball, half-court basketball here. A little skylight there in the middle, so lots of room. And then there's like a little mini deck that you can go up the stairs and check out. That's a little hidden. So this is, I think, technically part of Deck 14. Downstairs is Scarlet's, which I think has a light Gone with the Wind theme, because that's, you know, Scarlet's house from the movie. Little shot there. You can check out my review of the ship if you want to see how the food was in Scarlet's. And then here is the buffet on board the Carnival Valor. So we are still on the Panorama Deck though, so we're going to head down in just a sec. But up here is a little hidden restaurant. This is the Portside Barbecue. It's only open certain hours, so it's not always open. I've found on multiple Carnival ships. Pretty nice little option here though if you're looking for barbecue. Downstairs on the Lido deck, we'll begin our tour of Rosie's. So I do love Rosie the Riveter theme. The whole ship is called the Valor, so it's like heroics that are the theme here. So the buffet is themed to kind of like a 50s diner, is kind of what I gathered from the theme. Got your standard options. Film this during breakfast, but there's a number of different areas that are open throughout the cruise. They have a Mongolian wok area that's open for lunch, which is really cool. They got bonsai sushi, which is an extra charge, which is really great. Down here aft near the Prometheus pool, you have Pizza Pirate. And then you also have the Seafood Shack. Seafood Shack being extra charge, Pizza Pirate being included, as well as a bar. And on the port side of the Rosie's Lido Cafe, you're going to have the included Carnival Deli. So that's going to make you a bunch of different types of sandwiches, which are all very good, made to order. Gets quite busy during lunchtime, so just keep that in mind. And then here is bonsai sushi to round out our tour of the buffet. Right outside is going to be Guy's Burgers. Guy's is one of the best burgers I've had at sea. Oh, and there's Swirls as well, which is the free ice cream that's available on either side. Free soft serve, rather. But yeah, Guy's Burger Joint. Fantastic burgers. Open most lunches. Open pretty much all of the meal times. You can even get a kind of early dinner here most days. And then on the other side is the Blue Iguana Cantina. And Blue Iguana serves Mexican food. They make fresh tortillas to order for you. Really, really good. They have breakfast burritos during the day, or in the morning rather. Really, really nice option here, all included in your cruise. Looking past the salsa bar here, you're going to have the Blue Iguana bar. So this is one half of the pool bars here on the Carnival Valor. On the other side is going to be the Red Frog Pub. The Red Frog Pub has an indoor location on one of the lower decks that we'll tour here in a second. You see the pool there, as well as the big screen. Big screen playing a lot of movies throughout the day, different sporting events. Really high quality picture though. Felt like that was a later addition because the quality of the image was really good. Now let's head indoors on Deck 9 and begin our tour of some of the indoor portions of the Carnival Valor. Many of the decks are going to be completely covered by staterooms, so we're going to skip ahead a little bit, but you're going to get your first view of this Atrium, which is definitely themed to America. If there's one thing about these older Carnival ships is that they really do commit to a wild theme. I really love how different they all are. It's definitely not everyone's taste, and it's maybe not something I would want to spend a week or 2 weeks on, but for these short 4-night, 3-night cruises that I do on these ships, it's really a lot of fun. Here we are down on deck 5. You can see all the plaques from the different ports. The Ivanhoe Theater that we'll show you in a sec kind of stretches across 3 different decks. Pretty big theater on board here, fits a lot of people, which is great. Lots of shops here on this deck in this area. I don't normally film in the shops, but you're going to have your jewelry shop, the Effie Jewelry, which is on pretty much every ship sailing out of America at this point. Here's another look at the lobby. We'll explore all of these areas here in just a sec. But the Atrium's a focus of a lot of activities. You have trivia, you have singing and instrumentalists in the evenings. Cherry on top right here is the sweet shop on board. You get chocolate covered strawberries, you can get candy. Lots of fun things there. That's the entrance to the casino over there to the left. We will explore that in just a sec. But we're going to check out the Skybox, which is the sports bar on board. Sports playing throughout the day. I sailed during the Olympics. No Olympics on board, which is a little annoying. Couldn't really follow along there. More shops here as we lead up to the theater. Here is inside the Skybox. Lots of jerseys and memorabilia here. Some booths to hang out at, watching the game. Really a fun spot. It is located next to the casino, so smoke can kind of waft through here a little bit, but a nice bar to catch the game if they are carrying it on board. Now as we make our way down the hallway here, this little alleyway is going to lead you to other parts of Deck 5 here, but the center portion of this deck is going to be dedicated to the casino. Not the most gigantic casino I've seen at sea, but it is available. It's open, when they're in international waters. Lots of machines, a few table games as well. Lots of seating over here to the left, though, that I saw a lot of people using throughout the cruise just to relax. A good country band here on stage in the evenings. And the casino bar, a good place to grab a drink on your way to anywhere on the ship. One thing to note as we walk under this signage here is it's all in fiber optics, which kind of doesn't work a lot of times. I wish they would probably replace those signs because it's kind of hard to see where you're going. This little area is used mainly for like bingo sales and kind of temporary sales items. Java Cafe, that's where you can pick up your specialty coffees. They also have a small area with more upcharge suites. Here is the Red Frog Pub, which has a cool shuffleboard over there to the left. Lots of seating options here, a big bar. Lots of things that kind of encourage everyone to play games, have a few drinks, and have fun. Returning to the walkway, we're going to go check out a few more areas here on the deck. Over to the right is going to be a small staircase that can take you down to deck 4. So it's nice you don't have to trek all the way over to the elevators to get in between decks here. A little chandelier right there. This area wasn't in use. It looked like it used to be like the sushi bar or something. They moved up to the buffet. And then we have a railroad themed arcade here. Pretty sizable arcade for the kids. It's kind of a small entrance with not a lot of space to walk through, but then there's a lot of games here in the back, so a lot of entertainment for the kids. And then there is a doorway from the arcade into Footsteps, which is the ship's nightclub. Is being used for the art auction while I walked through here, but this is what the nightclub looks like. Big hub of activity late night, but it's obviously a multi-purpose space that can be used for a number of different things throughout the cruise. Making our way down further along the deck here, on the outside of Footsteps is going to be the Alchemy Bar, which is my favorite bar on board. Really, really good cocktails. Usually the best bartenders on board here. It's pretty popular on most sailings, I would say, because people know that these are really good drinks. Most of them included on the drink package as well, so that's really great. Lindy Hop is going to be the ship's piano bar, so it's themed to Charles Lindbergh. So there's going to be a Spirit of St. Louis playing in here. Love all the theming though. Love the map on the ceiling here, showing his route. And then you got the piano surrounding the room with, seats surrounding the piano, which is awesome. Really a lot of fun. Eagles Lounge is going to have actual stuffed eagles that appeared lining the walls of this area. This is going to be used for a lot of comedy events throughout the cruise. Punchliner Comedy Club. And then next to that room is going to be Paris Hot, which was definitely underutilized. I didn't see any events really going on here throughout the cruise, but it is definitely an interesting theme in here. In this area too is an atrium that leads into the main dining room. Main dining room is going to be the Washington dining room here in the aft part of the ship. There's 2 dining rooms on board. This has a nice little America theme to it. I felt like it was pretty classy compared to sister ships I've been on, which was themed to like grapes. It just can get really wild on board the Carnival ships. But making our way down to deck 4, the middle deck of the 3 public decks here on the inside lower decks of Carnival Valor. Big picture area. They still print out the pictures here, which is fun. It's kind of fun just to see all the crazy pictures that people take. Little photo desk there. It kind of dead ends here in that room. Nearby is the ship's library, which is themed to the Iliad. And as you make your way towards the rest of deck 4, you're going to see Circle C, which is for ages 12 to 14. So they get their own area here. Going to be more focused on gaming and things that, the tweens like. So it's fun that they get their own space here. Not a big space by any means, but it does have some fun games and stuff for the kids to kind of separate themselves from the younger kids on the upper deck. The Lincoln dining room is in the center of the ship, and you can use it as sort of a walkway to go between decks 3 and 4 to go between the front and the back of the deck. So just know that during meal times to get from one side to the other, you're gonna have to walk through. This hidden hallway will take you back towards the Washington dining room, but also O2, which is going to be the teen club, which I like this space. Really big, had a little dance floor, cool hidden area for the teens to hang out away from the parents. Now we're down on deck 3. This is the bottom level of the Lincoln dining room. There's also the Betsy Ross dining room, which is right off of the main room here. Much smaller, used for more special events. Now we're in the main atrium. So a lot of your guest services is going to be here. There's some more seating. And then there's also an outdoor promenade on this deck. Decks 4 and 3 have that. Here's the atrium bar. You get a great view of all the theming here on this multi-story atrium. Really impressive. This is what put these ships on the map. Really impressive for its time. Here's the shore excursion desk, which is going to lead us over to the Ivanhoe feeder, which is medieval themed. So there's knights. It's all very fun. But that is going to be the last of our tour here on the Carnival Valor. I want to thank you for joining me. Check out the channel for more ship tours, and we'll see you on the next one.